In the latest episode of The Young and the Restless, the characters are caught up in a whirlwind of conspiracy and shocking secrets. Nick Newman and Chance Chancellor lead the investigation into Ian Ward and Tessa Porter, while the Newman family faces dangerous decisions involving Jordan. The story becomes increasingly complex as trust is tested, truths are revealed, and unexpected actions change the course of events. Nick Newman, shocking discovery. Nick Newman, with his loyalty to his family and his love for Sharon, cannot stand idly by as his ex-partner is drawn into a dangerous conspiracy. He is determined to find out the truth about the scheming Ian Ward and anyone else involved with him. During his investigation, Nick stumbles upon an unexpected clue that leaves him reeling. What he finds proves that Tessa Porter, the person the Newman family has always trusted, may be secretly betraying them all. For Nick, this is unacceptable. Tessa is part of our family, he tells himself. But how could she be on Ian's side? Nick's mixed emotions make him even more determined to find out. Do these clues really incriminate Tessa, or are they just a cover for a bigger truth? Chance and Nick, the crucial clue. Chance Chancellor teams up with Nick to search Ian's room. They know Ian couldn't have acted alone, he must have had an accomplice, and they're determined to find him. During the search, they stumble upon a crucial detail, a cup with a fresh lipstick stain. The cup is the first clue that there's a woman working with Ian, and all suspicions are quickly pinned on Tessa Porter. Nick feels frustrated and upset. He doesn't want to believe that Tessa, someone he once trusted, is involved with someone like Ian. However, Chance reminds Nick that they need more solid evidence to convict him, so the two decide to continue investigating. Does the cup really belong to Tessa, or is it just an elaborate trap set by Ian? While Nick and Chance are busy with their investigation, the other members of the Newman family are also facing another threat, Jordan. Nikki Newman, Victoria Newman, and Claire Newman, played by Haley Aaron, meet to discuss the danger Jordan poses to the family. Nikki, who has always been the spiritual pillar of the family, says, "As long as Jordan is alive, she will continue to be a threat to everyone we love." Victoria, with her usual toughness, agrees with her mother. Claire, who is new to the Newman family's internal struggles, also understands that they need to act. But instead of being shy, she shows determination. Victor Newman, the eavesdropper. But what Nikki, Victoria, and Claire don't realize is that Victor Newman, the head of the family, is listening in on their entire conversation. Victor, with his instincts to protect his family, doesn't fully trust their plans. He needs to make sure they don't do anything out of line. Victor hears Nikki's statement and feels suspicious. He wonders what they're up to and whether their plans could endanger not only Jordan but the Newman family itself. For Victor, every move has to be carefully calculated, and he's ready to intervene if necessary. The truth and the unexpected. As the story continues, new secrets will gradually be revealed. Is Tessa Porter really an accomplice of Ian Ward, or is she just a victim of manipulation? Where will the cup with the lipstick stain lead? And will Nikki, Victoria, and Claire's plan bring safety to the Newman family, or will they inadvertently make things worse? With Victor Newman ready to intervene, Chance and Nick on the hunt for evidence, and Ian Ward plotting, Genoa City will never be at peace. The answers will be revealed in the upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless, as every character faces choices between loyalty, truth, and dangerous decisions. Intrigue, love and betrayal intertwine to create dramatic stories. In the latest developments, the relationships between the characters are pushed to the limit as Ian Ward's schemes become more complicated. At the same time, the Newman family faces threats that directly threaten them. All of this is leading to an inevitable confrontation. Nick Newman, shocking from unexpected clues. Nick Newman, always the family protector, cannot sit still when Ian Ward returns to the city. The investigation to incriminate Ian and expose his accomplices leads Nick and Chance Chancellor to a series of surprising discoveries. When Nick stumbles upon some evidence, he cannot believe his eyes. The signs indicate that Tessa Porter, Mariah's partner and the person he once trusted, may be related to Ian. This truth leaves him stunned. confusion quickly turns to determination. He knew he had to find out the truth, no matter how painful it was. If Tessa had really betrayed him, he had to clear it all up to protect his loved ones. Nick and Chance decided to search Ian Ward's room for more evidence. They knew Ian couldn't have carried out his plans alone. While searching, they found a cup with a bright red lipstick stain. Chance picked it up, his eyes becoming serious. Nick felt a rush of mixed emotions. Tessa had come to mind, even though he didn't want to believe it. But as the events came together, everything seemed to point to Tessa being part of Ian's plan. "We need more evidence to confirm this," Nick insisted. "I don't want to accuse her of something over a cup." Chance agreed, but they both knew that this cup could be an important key to exposing Ian's plan. The Newman family, dangerous steps. While Nick and Chance focus on the investigation, the Newman family faces another threat in the form of Jordan. Nikki Newman, Victoria Newman, and Claire Newman know that Jordan's existence is a danger that cannot be ignored. Nikki, who has always protected her family at all costs, expresses her concerns. The trio leave determined to protect their family, but what they don't realize is that Victor Newman, who has been silently observing, has overheard the entire conversation. Victor, with his strong instinct to protect his family, feels suspicious about Nikki's plan. He wonders if they are putting their family in more danger than solving the problem. Ian Ward, the mastermind who exploits trust. Meanwhile, Ian Ward is still secretly manipulating everything. He not only takes advantage of Tessa, but also deliberately creates situations to frame her. Tessa, though not fully aware of Ian's plans, begins to feel herself being pulled deeper into a spiral from which she cannot escape. As the story builds to a climax, the characters are thrown into danger. Nick and Chance continue to dig deeper into the evidence, but will they be able to prove Tessa's innocence or that she is actually Ian's accomplice? Will the Newman family, with their bold decisions, succeed in protecting themselves, or will they inadvertently create a greater danger? Will Victor, who has always been in the shadows, step into the light to prevent a major mistake? And how far will Ian Ward, with his calculated schemes, go before he is stopped? Young and the Restless is not only a story of intrigue and secrecy, but also a complex picture of love, loyalty, and forgiveness. This episode takes viewers to breathtaking moments, as each character is faced with a choice between trust and the truth. The answer lies in what follows, where every secret will be revealed and every decision will have profound consequences. Genoa City has never been at peace, and that is exactly what. The Yandar storyline is taking a surprising turn, leaving viewers in awe. What happens when Tessa is accused of being an accomplice to Ian for capturing Sharon? The characters on The Young and the Restless once again take unexpected turns. Love, loyalty, and betrayal intertwine, pushing the story to a climax. Ian Ward and Tessa Porter, intrigue and seduction. Ian Ward, a schemer, has reappeared in Genoa City with dark intentions. While the whole city is wary of him, Ian turns his seductive gaze towards Tessa Porter, Mariah Copeland's partner. With his charisma and ingenuity, Ian gradually approaches Tessa. Tessa, although initially keeping her distance, seems to be swayed by Ian's sweet words due to her insecurities and stress in life. Not only does he prey on her emotional weaknesses, he also sows doubt in her love for Mariah. Ian doesn't stop at seducing Tessa. He also drags her into a dark plot. When Sharon Newman is suddenly kidnapped, evidence begins to surface and inadvertently accuses Tessa of being an accomplice. Drawn into a spiral of suspicion, she is unable to prove her innocence. Mariah Copeland, Tessa's lover, is shocked by these developments. She cannot understand why the person she trusted the most was involved with Ian Ward. As Mariah struggles to find answers, her relationship with Tessa is on the brink of collapse. Victor Newman, listen and act. Meanwhile, Victor Newman, the head of the Newman family, is drawn into this chaos when his wife, Nikki, daughter Victoria and granddaughter Abby speak up to demand that he take action. Victor, with his influence and power, decides to find out the truth. But he also knows that this is more than just saving Sharon or clearing Tessa's name. it's also a chance to take down Ian Ward once and for all. Victor teams up with Chance Chancellor and Nick Newman to search Ian's room. What they find will be the key to unlocking the secrets behind his actions and exposing a plot to threaten Genoa City. Sally Spectra and the surprise at the jazz club. In another corner of the story, Sally Spectra decides to approach Billy and Jack Abbott at the jazz club. Entering with her usual confidence, Sally asks to speak to Billy alone. When Jack protests, thinking that Billy has just left a tense conversation, Sally doesn't back down. "Billy, I have a surprise for you," Sally announces with a mysterious look in her eyes. Although no one knows her plans, Sally seems to be holding a secret that could change everything, not just for Billy, but for the Abbott family as well. Society conflict, Ian and Abby. Meanwhile, at Abby Newman's restaurant, Society, Ian Ward shows up brazenly, defying Abby's ban. Ian's presence shocks everyone in the restaurant. Abby immediately orders the staff to kick him out, but Ian somehow manages to get Tessa's attention. Ian sits down, ignoring the disapproving stares around him, and begins a conversation. He confesses, "I tried to kill every good quality in Mariah Copeland. I hate myself for it, but I can't change the past." Ian's words are like a sharp knife, cutting deep into Tessa's soul. He uses her feelings for Mariah to create a rift in their relationship. Abby, watching from afar, is determined not to let Ian continue to cause trouble. But can she stop it before it goes too far? Betrayal and the price. In the end, Tessa is faced with a difficult choice. Ian's charm and the promise of a future together have made her waver. As the evidence against her in Sharon's arrest becomes increasingly clear, Mariah begins to question Tessa's honesty. Tessa's betrayal, if it happens, will lead to serious consequences. Not only will her relationship with Mariah fall apart, but her reputation in the entertainment industry will also be ruined. Can she redeem herself? Or is this the end of their love story? The story of the young and the restless becomes more and more attractive as conflicts, intrigues and surprises intertwine. Will Ian Ward achieve his goal? How will Victor Newman protect his family? And what awaits Sally at the jazz club? Only time will tell, but viewers definitely cannot miss the next episodes. The world of The Young and the Restless never ceases to be captivating with its complex intrigue, complex relationships, and emotional confrontations. In the latest developments, familiar characters are once again thrown into dangerous situations, forcing them to make difficult choices. Ian, Tessa, Mariah, Sharon and Claire are at the center of a series of thrilling stories, pushing things to new heights of drama. Ian and the Deep Conspiracy. Ian, a character with a troubled past and shady plans, has returned to society, a place where he is not welcome. His intention this time is nothing more than to make amends and seek forgiveness from Tessa. However, Ian's appearance does not bring a sense of security. What he does next will certainly make things more complicated. Tessa, who has always tried to stay away from Ian, is pushed into a corner this time. Ian begs her for help, claiming that he only wants to do the right thing. Ian's words seem sincere, but can Tessa trust him after all that has happened? As Tessa hesitates, a pair of eyes are watching them from outside. Mariah, Tessa's partner, accidentally discovers Ian's return to society. Standing outside the window, she watches Ian and Tessa, her heart sinking as she sees Ian approaching the person she loves. Unable to contain her anger, Mariah decides to step in to confront Ian. Will Mariah's presence stop Ian, or will it only add fuel to the fire? Sharon and the battle for survival. Elsewhere, Sharon Newman is fighting to survive a series of unimaginable events. Sharon wakes up in a dark sewer, where she has been unconscious for some time. Apparently, she drank life-saving water contaminated with PCP, a dangerous hallucinogen. The effects of it severely weaken her body. Though Sharon manages to escape the sewers, her strength is so depleted that she can't get far. She collapses in the middle of the road, her mind clouded by a toxic chemical haze. Trapped in a dangerous situation, Sharon faces a grueling survival challenge. Can she find a way out, or is danger just around the corner? Claire and the dark plan. Meanwhile, Claire is plotting an equally dangerous plan. She plans to kill Jordan, a decision that could change everything in the world of The Young and the Restless. Claire is a determined and ruthless woman, willing to do anything to achieve her goals. But will her plan work, or will she face horrifying consequences? The climax. The story reaches its climax when Mariah enters society to confront Ian. She asks Ian to stay away from Tessa and is not afraid to use threats to protect the one he loves. Ian, who is already in a weak position, now has to face Mariah's anger. But with someone like Ian, things are never simple. He always has a way to turn the situation around, and Mariah needs to be careful if she doesn't want to fall into his trap. Meanwhile, Sharon, in the midst of a PCP-induced delirium, may encounter unexpected characters. Who will be the one to save her? And can Sharon overcome this challenge to return to her family and friends? As for Claire, will the plan to assassinate Jordan go smoothly, or will it open up a new series of troubles that she cannot control? The end or just the beginning? The Young and the Restless always knows how to keep the audience on the edge of their seats with unexpected twists. Ian, Tessa, Mariah, Sharon and Claire are all caught up in a vortex of intrigue, loyalty, and betrayal. Each character is faced with life-or-death choices that will determine their fate. Can Ian truly change, or is he still a scheming, untrustworthy person? Can Mariah protect Tessa, or will she fall into Ian's trap? And most importantly, can Sharon overcome her predicament and get her life back? Each question opens up a possibility, and viewers will have to keep watching to find out how this dramatic story ends. Genoa City has always been a place where dangerous secrets come to light, and this time is no exception. In the midst of a storm of intrigue and tested loyalties, Ian, Tessa, Mariah, Sharon and Claire continue to be caught up in situations that spiral out of control. The story around them is more intense than ever, as each character is faced with decisions that could change everything forever. Ian, the exile returns. Ian once swore he would never return to society, but his urge to right the wrongs of the past has caused him to break that promise. No one expected him to return, especially Tessa, who has been trying to rebuild her life after all the damage Ian has done. This time, however, Ian has a different, even vulnerable tone. Tessa, who has been working quietly in society, can hardly believe her eyes when Ian walks through the door. He rushed towards her, his eyes strangely apologetic, but also dangerous. Ian begged Tessa for help, insisting that he only wanted to do the right thing, but his words did nothing to ease the fear in her heart. Outside, Mariah happened to look through the window. The sight of Ian standing so close to Tessa was like a knife stabbing into her heart. The fear that Ian would hurt Tessa again made Mariah lose control. Without hesitation, she pushed the door open and stepped in, her voice thundering. "Ian! What do you think you're doing here?" Mariah's threats made the atmosphere in the society tense. But Ian was not the type to be pushed into a corner. He smirked, as if everything was still within his grasp. Was Ian really here to beg for forgiveness, or was this just another step in his larger plan? Sharon, the fight for life. Elsewhere, Sharon Newman is facing the most brutal fight for survival of her life. She wakes up in a dark sewer, her mind reeling and her body falling apart. The air reeks of chemicals, and the sewer water is contaminated with PCP, a powerful hallucinogen. Though she has recovered from her unconsciousness, Sharon finds herself in the middle of a maze with no way out, with each step costing her more strength. The hallucinatory images from the PCP begin to appear, dragging Sharon into painful memories and her deepest fears. She hears eerie laughter echoing from the walls, sees the shadows of people she loved and lost. Between reality and hallucination, Sharon struggles to stay conscious. But is that enough to help her survive and escape? Claire, the assassin in the dark. Meanwhile, Claire, with a cold exterior but a seething interior, is planning to take down Jordan. No one knows the true reason for this action, but the cold look in her eyes says it all. This is not just an assassination, but retribution. Claire believes Jordan is a threat she cannot ignore. In a secret room, Claire carefully prepares every detail of her plan. Images flash through her mind, recalling the painful past Jordan has caused. But will Claire accomplish her goal, or will unforeseen events ruin it all? This plan involves more than just Jordan, and could lead to a series of consequences that even Claire cannot control. A fateful encounter. Back at Society, Mariah and Ian are in a fierce confrontation. Mariah's words seem to tear Ian apart, but he remains eerily calm. Tessa deserves peace, and you have no right to destroy that, Mariah screams. Ian smiles, shrugging, Mariah, sometimes peace comes when you face the truth. What do you think I'm here for? Destruction? Or salvation? The tension builds as Tessa tries to talk them both out, but to no avail. Outside, darkness is slowly enveloping Society, as if a sign that bigger things are coming. Sharon, collapsed in the sewers, can hear footsteps echoing in the distance. Is it a savior, or a new threat? And Claire, in the dark, holds her weapon, ready to carry out her plan. But what if Jordan isn't the only one there? The Young and the Restless continues to take viewers on unexpected twists and turns. Will Ian achieve his goal, or will he face Mariah's wrath? Can Sharon survive to find the light of her life again? And can Claire, with all the anger and pain in her heart, escape from her own darkness? Each character is on their own fateful path, and no one knows what lies ahead.